Hello everyone. Good morning my followers. Good morning. Good morning everyone. Beautiful weekend. How are things going? How is everyone out there? It's a very long time since I last did a video in the park anyway. So a question came in yesterday. So basically someone was asking about karma. And the question was, what do I think about karma? Narcissists and karma, do they really face karma? And I thought it was a very important one. I've talked about karma recently. I think I did a video recently about karma, and I was trying to explain why people shouldn't be worried about making revenge of some sorts, because for the most of the people who have been in those kind of relationships, they only have one thing in common, and most of them, their wish is, if one way or the other, these narcissists could pay for what they have done, for the damage. I'm finding the best place to see so we can get a good light. Yeah, I think I'll just stay here. So many of the victims of narcissistic abuse are all wondering about the same thing. Do narcissists really face karma? What is the whole situation? What happens next? Because you don't think so, you just destroy somebody's life. And you keep on moving like nothing ever happened. You know what I mean? You just disappear all of a sudden like nothing ever happened. So in this video, I'm going to make it very sure, very clear, that you as an individual, there's nothing you can do about it. Because first of all, the very biggest reason, even the biggest reason, is that I believe around the world there is no apparent law, some sort of a law or rules. There is no legislation aimed at punishing narcissists, you know what I mean, for whatever they have done. They have hurt millions of people around the world. There is so many narcissists, millions, actually billions of narcissists around the world. One in every 10, is it every 9 or 10 people in the world is a narcissist? Those are the recent statistics. You can do your research. So that means there are a lot of them. And there is no legislation in any country around the world that actually punishes narcissists. You know what I mean? There's no legislation for that. So that's why many of them, I think that is even the foundation, the basic foundation most of them use to keep on abusing people. Because they think somehow they're gonna get away with whatever they are doing, because there's no apparent law, legislation to punish them around the world, specifically for them. So narcissists, basically, all I can say in my own understanding, my own opinion, they do face karma. Why do I say that? First of all, you need to remind yourself that these people, these narcissists, they have been playing this game for a very long period of time. Very, very many years ago. Even before you met them, they have been playing these games. And remember that even when they met you, by the time they met you, there was a victim before you. You know what I mean? So they run around the whole, they run through life hurting people. They hurt this one, run to the next one, hurt that one, jump off to the next one, hurt that one. They hurt friends, they hurt pets, they hurt dogs, they hurt cats, they break down families, they break down even property. Narcissists, they break down everything in their way. These people, they're very destructive, so they break down everything in their way. And believe me, even before you yourself met the narcissist, there have been people before you that they have hurt. And believe me or not, I can assure you that the narcissist, is always running from them. Is always running from their. It's like they're running from themselves. You know what I mean? Because they know that they can never live a normal life. A narcissist can never wake up in the morning hoping and even praying or hoping that they are going to live a normal life. It can never happen. It can never happen. The narcissist has got to do some sort of... A day cannot go by. A day will never go by without a narcissist doing some sort of a trick. So they will always... They're always on the run, and believe me or not, whether you want to accept it or not, the narcissists, they're always running away from themselves. And first of all, and also they are secondly running away from the people they have hurt before even they met you. So they're always on the run. They're even running from the people they have hurt before they met you. So you have to be sure that they are already walking through karma in itself. For as long as they remember they've been hurting people, and believe me or not, a narcissist, whenever they are always looking around their shoulder. They are looking over their shoulder, thinking if somebody is following them, because they have hurt people and run off somewhere. So they are always in constant run. They are always constantly on the run. And they're always running away from themselves. You know what I mean? So there is no reason for you to be worried about that. That's why I told you in the other video that you shouldn't revenge these people. Because, you know, as an empath, we don't... It's not our duty. It's not our duty to serve karma to the narcissist. You know what I mean? They have hurt us. Yes, they have hurt us. But at the end of the day, this is the job that, you know, you cannot do God's work. You know what I mean? It is something that you're supposed to let God take control. You know what I mean? God has already woken you up somewhere, somehow. You've woken up from this abuse. You know what I mean? And whether you know it or not, or you don't know, or you don't, you are yet to discover the better version of you somewhere down the road. So those people somewhere, somehow, they have even been part of your life. As much as you may want to think that they have destroyed you and they have broken you down, yes, they have done that. But I can assure you that a narcissist, if you're a person who was woken up from abuse, you will understand somewhere down the road, even through experience, that the narcissist has been always part of your journey. And they were part of your journey. They were supposed to meet you on the way. You know what I mean? Why? Because there's a video I'm going to do very soon to put more light on this. The basic reasons why, you know, why the narcissist had to come over to you and choose you of all people. So basically what you need to understand is that it is not your job to process karma, to do karma, to deliver karma to the narcissist. You know what I mean? You cannot do God's work. And if you listen to my previous video where I said that you shouldn't revenge, I've also told you that the divine, the God you believe in, angels or your ancestors, angels and whatever, the divine, the very moment you wake up is the very moment the narcissist begins to distribute, to receive their karma. And believe me or not, whether you may see it or not, actually even you should even pray very hard that you can't see that. People from experience, you should pray, actually you should even pray to God very hard that they don't show you. That moment the karma is getting back to the narcissist, you shouldn't even see that. As an empath, believe me or not, it will break you down very hard. You know what I mean? If you are there to witness when karma is getting back to a narcissist, you should always pray to God that he should not put you in that position whereby you should be able even to see that, because it's very, very deeply painful. Believe me or not, the narcissist, they will receive karma, but most of the time you may not see it, because they will not come around and tell you. They will not come around and tell you, you know what, I was doing this and something happened. I was doing this and something happened. So they will not come to you and tell you. But behind the scenes, they are hurting, and behind the scenes, they're breaking down. You know what I mean? Most of the time, even when they leave you, you can find that most of the time you have even been the person who has been taking care of them financially. You've been taking care of their health needs, you know what I mean, medical needs and whatever, financial needs, medical needs, you know what I mean, all those kind of things you've been doing for them. But at the end of the day, when you leave them, now they don't have anybody to replace you. And that's why you see when sometimes they're running up and down, even looking for whatever they can find in the way, just to try and replace you. But at the end of the day, there's only one you. You know what I mean? There will only be one you. And there's nobody can ever take your place. So don't beat yourself up looking for karma or thinking about karma. Do they receive karma? Let me tell you something from experience. It may take you years to believe if you have left a narcissist. It may even take you 10 years later on down the road, 5 years or 10 years. But if you look back in time, you're going to look back in time and even wish them that, you know, somehow they can find God. You know what I mean? Because a person, you cannot think that you're going to serve the devil for all your life. For as long as you live, you're going to be serving the devil. and you think you're going to survive, you're going to you're going to live a happy life. That is not possible. It cannot happen by default that you're going to hurt people all your life, and believe you're going to maneuver life and be happy and contented. It cannot. It can't happen, and it's not possible. So when you look back, one way you realize that actually because we're an empath, you know what I mean. If a narcissist has met you and you're an empath, which you are definitely, because narcissists, they know who are empaths and they know the role of empaths in their lives. So you should also realize that one day you will come to that conclusion that you don't want them to suffer. You don't see them suffer. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you something. If you know somebody has been possessed, you as an empath, God and the angels are standing behind you. That is even the first reason why they have set up the narcissist in your place, to make you even spiritually stronger, spiritually, mentally, physically stronger. You know what I mean? To strengthen you up. You know what I mean? Physically, spiritually, and mentally. You know what I mean? But the narcissist doesn't have anybody on their side. They only have the devil walking behind them. And the only thing the devil is doing is destroying them. So the narcissist, let me tell you something, believe it or not, on a daily basis, they are walking every day in karma. They are experiencing karma on a daily basis. Let me tell you something, whenever they are walking, whenever they are moving around in the yards, in the compounds, in the streets, they are even looking over their shoulders. Because somewhere they believe there is somebody following them, somebody looking for them. There is always somebody looking for a narcissist. Let me tell you, if you dig back in the narcissist life, maybe they have not told you, maybe they have told you, but if you dig back and start following their line, where they have come from, you are going to find that somewhere, somehow, somebody is looking for them. They have done something to somebody and somebody is looking for them. Maybe it can be an ex-partner, maybe it can be a friend, maybe it can be a relative, but either way, somewhere, somehow, they are running away from something, and always they are looking for themselves on the shoulder, over the shoulder. They are looking over their shoulders, wondering if somebody is actually even following them, which is sometimes even the truth. So the narcissists really experience karma. The real karma you're talking about, you may want to, if I talk about karma, you may want to believe, to think that I'm talking about karma whereby they're going to have some sort of an accident or something, they're going to be bedridden. Yes, some of them have had accidents even, you know, because you don't mess with an empath. Empaths are divinely guided and divinely protected. So you don't think so, you mess with an empath, and you're going to walk your life in peace. And you're going to go out there and just walk your life and swing around your hands and walk in peace. It cannot happen. If you have messed with an empath, you do not think so you're going to mess with God's chosen people. And you walk around in peace and you know, and happiness, and think that you're going to be happy. It cannot happen. But as empaths, it's not our job to do that. It's not our work, that is God's work. So you, as an empath, you should be confident, and I'm even confirming to you this day that, yes, narcissists do receive karma. I'm telling you, believe me or not, you don't want to be there even. You don't want to be there when you see the karma coming back to the narcissist. You do not want to be there. You don't want to see when narcissists, they are receiving their karma, because let me tell you, especially if you have even if you have kids with them, it is going to be very painful for you to watch. You don't want to be there. If you walk around and you ask the people who have seen narcissists on their last days of life, on their last day on earth, their last minutes or even seconds, those people, they are going to confirm to you what goes on in the narcissist minds on their last day. They know definitely. They know that there is no way they know what they have done to people, and they know that at the end of their life, they are going to be justice is going to be delivered to them. It is going to be delivered to them whether they like it or not, and they are not ready to face even the afterlife. They don't even want to be there. That's why most of the time the narcissists are running, because they believe that maybe somewhere, somehow, if somebody takes their life or whatever, or something very bad happens to them, now they are going to be answerable to the things they have done to the people. You know what I mean? To the harm, to pain they have caused people. But me as an empath, I can advise you that do not wait for that moment, because it's very, very painful to watch. Let me tell you something. It's very, very painful. Let me tell you, let me guarantee you, I can guarantee you, I'm guaranteeing you in this video that the narcissist is going to receive karma, but believe me or not, as an empath, if a person who is an empath and you know who is an empath, you don't want to see that moment. You don't want to be there. When the narcissist is getting karma delivered to them, you don't want to be there. Believe me or not, you don't want to be there. You don't even want to see it. Especially when you have kids with them, you don't want to see it. First of all, it is going to be very hard, very painful to watch. And secondly, you will not believe the things those narcissists are going to tell you. If you are there to watch that karma happen to them, whatever it will be, whatever karma will be, or whatever it will be, if you are there to watch that, you don't even want to listen to the things they are going to tell you at that last minute. You don't want to listen to that because it's going to be very, very painful for you to watch, even to listen. They are going to say things you've never heard before. They are going to speak. When a narcissist knows that it's time for them to pay for the things they have done, you will not believe the things they are going to speak about. You will not believe the things they are going to say. It is going to be very painful. So you don't want to be there in that moment. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that, and you don't want to be there. Let me tell you something. The narcissist will receive their karma, but that is not your job to. It is not your job. You know what I mean? When you woke up from abuse, the divine stepped in. That is it. I've told you in my recent video, the divine has stepped in. Let God take care of this, because let me tell you something. This is not even about narcissists. This is even about all those kinds of people, inhuman beasts out there who want to think that they can go around hurting everybody. You don't just wake up in the morning and you destroy somebody, emotionally abusive people. You destroy their mental, you know what I mean? Their mental, destroy their physical, destroy their brain, destroy their, you cannot wake up in the morning and destroy an empath. We all know that empaths, they are very beautiful souls. Empaths, we are not there to hurt anybody. We are out there just to show love and to give love to the people. They deliver, you know what I mean, justice to the people, love, affection. So if somebody wakes up in the morning and comes and does all sorts of inhumane acts to an empath, let me tell you something. The divine will step in. Because why? You're hurting a very innocent soul. If you're hurting a very innocent soul, let me tell you something, whether you know it, if you're a narcissist who is even on my page and you are, I don't know, whatever, I don't even know what you're doing here in the first place. If a narcissist who is on my page and you are somehow emotionally strangling an empath somehow, let me tell you something. You are yet to get the biggest shock of your life, because when the divine steps in, let me tell you something, that when the divine steps in, you will have nowhere to hide. So for my follower who asked that question, it is true the narcissists get karma delivered to them. But do not think about karma. The only thing you're supposed to think about at this moment is your healing and recovery. On my page, I've always emphasized healing and recovery. Very, very important. Healing and recovery. That's all I can say. And let the karma take care of itself. You will be there. You will see. You will see. Let me tell you. Keep on healing and you will see. Because the more you heal, is the more you repel and send off that negative energy that the narcissist has injected in you. You will be sending off that energy when you heal. You will send off that vibes, those negative vibes and energies that the narcissists have always used to intoxicate you throughout your encounter with them. And the more you do that, is the more now the karma gets back to the narcissist. That's what happens. So your healing actually is karma to the narcissist. Emphasize and make sure, concentrate on healing, and you are going to see karma get delivered to the narcissist. That's how it happens. So the secret is healing and moving on, and even actually becoming. I've always talked about, you might have heard me talking about becoming the better version of yourself. You healing and becoming the better version of yourself in its own is karma to a narcissist, and that is what crushes them actually. You may not even believe it. You may not see. You may not see it. They will not show you. They will not tell you. But that is the first moment they are going to break down completely. Let me tell you something, because those devils, whatever devils have sent them to destroy you, those demons are going to come back to them and ask them, yes, we sent you to destroy this person. What happened? How come you've not been able to destroy them with the way we sent you? Because we sent you for a mission. The narcissist has been sent for a mission. When that mission fails and you've woken up and you've left them, discarded them of this, discarded it, does not matter. Those demons are going to now follow them. Because they're going to be answerable. We sent you to destroy so and so. What happened? Can you give us accountability? How come that the person has not been destroyed the way we wanted it to be? Give us some answers, and they don't have the answers for that. And believe me, that is the beginning of their karma. So I'm not going to make this video long because I'm having my walk. If you haven't done so, please like the page, share and subscribe. I love you all with all my heart. And for the ones who have joined the page, if you're new on the forum, I welcome all of you to this forum. This is the page where we're breaking empaths free. If you're an empath out there, you're looking for some sort of healing, you're going to be healed on this page. It's a page of healing. We meet together, we share together, and all of us, we heal. You know what I mean? So for us who have been there and we've been able to heal, I'm coming out now to give you, to encourage you, you know what I mean? To encourage you, to talk with you, to encourage you, and to show you that there's healing after narcissistic abuse. And for the old ones who have been with me, if you've been with me all along, I also encourage you, keep on sharing. I thank you all, first of all, and I appreciate you. And I thank you for being a part of this family. Other than that, guys, it's Denzomo signing out. I love you all. I'm going for my walk. I hope you guys have a very safe and beautiful recovery. And at the end of the day, meet the new version of you somewhere down the road. I truly love you and bless you all. Denzomo signing out.